Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Screen Scene Guru, and tonight I'll be discussing the Alien Earth Season 1 finale, which was very interesting stuff, I thought. This was on Disney Plus, on Hulu FX. If you guys haven't started watching, this was the Season 1 finale, Episode 8. I have been covering the whole season, so you guys can check out my previous videos on my channel. But going into this one, I've got the official IMDb page pulled up. This episode was titled The Real Monsters, so that was really fascinating. The synopsis for the episode goes as follows. A new power dynamic emerges, so very fancy stuff there. We do follow off where we last saw Wendy and her brother and some of the other Lost Boys trying to get off the island, Prodigy Island. Them getting captured, of course, and then being locked up inside the Prodigy facility. So that was very interesting to start off the episode with. And the xenomorph, of course, still being out on the loose on the island. Thought that was really fascinating. Jumping back and forth real quick, I do want to give a big shout out to some of the cast because we got some big reveals this episode. Starting off with Adrianedmondson, who played Adam, the old man. We did find out that he is in fact a synthetic. That Boy Cavalier's backstory was revealed, where he talked about how he was raised by a very abusive father, and at just 6 years old, he built his first synthetic to take care of his father and essentially become his surrogate father to allow him to grow and become a wealthy businessman. And then he later on developed Kirsch to be his leading R&D science and development. So that's very fascinating to see that, because for a long time we didn't know who this mysterious figure was. We thought he was someone from the company, someone from the board, but in fact he was Boy Cavalier's surrogate synthetic father. So that was very fascinating stuff there revealed. We did have our final showdown between Morrow and Kirsch, which was fascinating as well. I'll get into that, but starting off, we got to see Wendy and the other Lost Boys, which there's now 3 girls and 2 boys, so maybe they should come up with a different term than Lost Boys. I think they've kind of outgrown the Peter Pan references, but they did mention while they were all locked up in a cage, as the story goes, Wendy was Peter Pan's favorite, but of course she grew up, which Peter Pan didn't like, and he ended up going after her daughter. So it's a very interesting dark tale. So going on, we did see that the hybrids did rebel against the humans in this episode, which was pretty awesome to see. We didn't know exactly how it would go about, but of course we got to see, going into the cast, Nibs, played by Lily Newark, the redhead, go full crazy in this episode, which was awesome to see. We also got to see the children, which was played by Shmi, and where's the other one? Slightly, Asha Guruk and Jonathan Edgy. Really good performances from both of them, particularly after they took care of Kirsch and Morrow, after they had their own fight. I thought it was kind of short and abrupt, the fight between the cyborg and the synthetic. I did like the little quote they had in there about, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, Morrow brings up the classic story of John Henry, the man that took on a locomotive steam engine train with 2 big hammers, and he ended up dying of his overexhaustion and blood vessels in his head popping. But he did beat the steam engine train as far as the competition went, and Morrow kind of explained that when it comes to machines and humans, it will always be will that overpowers machine. So I thought that was very fascinating stuff, because I'm a big John Henry fan and, Man of Steel fan, which this was kind of a reference of that. So going on to other aspects of the episode, we did get to see at the end that Wendy and the other hybrids are essentially ruling now over Prodigy Island, even though the Weyland-Yutani forces are coming there to extract the xenomorph. We did get to see some stuff with the eye, trying to get into Wendy's brother's body, so that was very fascinating. They had a whole sequence where they were trying to get him to the laboratory, get him to the office where he would be exposed. They luckily were able to save him, but then of course we saw the eye escape through a drain, and then they focused a lot on Noah's body, the scientist who had the chest burster blow up out of him, and then he was washed ashore with crabs eating him, and the xenomorph watching his body. This was the first time that a human had been infected with two parasitic organisms, now that he was already dead after the chest burster burst out of his chest, and then the eye, the oculus parasite got in him, and now he's walking around as essentially a zombie. So I thought that was very fascinating. I kind of wish they would have let us heard what the eye had to say, if they let him speak something, because that was kind of something that had been hyped up the whole show. But fascinating stuff there. They ended up locking all the humans up along with Kirsch and the other robot. So that was really interesting. Kind of a biblical figure too, locked up inside the cage where the hybrids were. I have a feeling that this is kind of setting up the alien universe, explaining why synthetics aren't used as much in the future. I think there's going to be a synthetic rebellion, maybe possibly led by Wendy and the Lost Boys. I think they're going to change their name, obviously, but I have a crazy fan theory that Wendy in the future is actually Sigourney Weaver's ally in what is it? Alien 4 Resurrection. I know we've got who was it? She was just in Stranger Things. I have to pull her name up real quick, guys. Winona Ryder, as a lady synthetic. She was the first introduced in Alien 4 back in the early 2000s. It's been a long time since then, but she kind of explained she was one of the last synthetics rolled out before they were all discontinued, and eventually humanity tried to purge the synthetics, get rid of them, which we kind of know about from Alien Romulus with the brother's character being a synthetic they threw away in the garbage, and that her dad brought it back out of the being derelict technology to be her brother and crack jokes and protect her. So I think that's very interesting. I don't know exactly how they're going to connect the universes, but they did say in the episode that the xenomorph is a predator, and that Wendy said that they're predators to humans, but not to us, not to synthetics. So that was very fascinating. I'm waiting for the two franchises to connect. We're seeing the seedlings being placed. I did kind of wish that they go more into some of the other aliens, like the big plant creature in the lab. We thought devour some of the security personnel. We didn't see what exactly it did besides eat people. But yeah, I like the fact that the xenomorph had its little baby at the end. And technically the adult xenomorph came out of the brother's lung. So technically they're all one big happy family here. People that survived encounters with the xenomorph and now that are helping them raise them. So that's very fascinating. And it all leaves everybody there for season 2. I'm really hoping that Noah Hawley gets greenlit for a second season, because he is coming back to do a 4th season, I believe, of Fargo. So if they can make that happen, I'm hoping that we can get more Alien Earth. But what did you guys think of the show? Let me know down below in the comments. Be sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, share the video. You can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and on Threads for future content. But until next time, guys, that's me signing off. Bye-bye.